Yo, what is going on, guys? It's C-Brev. Welcome to another MLB The Show 19 card review. Today I'm going to be going over 94 overall Finest Matthew Boyd. This card is obtainable through Set 1 Finest packs or through the marketplace. He's currently selling for around 20,000 stubs. So this card wasn't really highly requested at all. I don't think anyone asked me for this card. But I've pretty much reviewed almost all of the starting pitchers that you can use in the game this year on a competitive sense, and so I had some room in the rotation to kind of just throw him in there and see how he did. So I went ahead and did that. Obviously, if this isn't a card you're interested in using, you can click off the video. I'm going to be doing a lot of the more intriguing finest cards as well, so this is kind of just a card that I could throw into my lineup just because I could. And I wanted to see how he did. And overall, I was pretty impressed with this card, actually. Surprisingly, this card was pretty good. I expected this card to be complete dog shit, but he was actually pretty decent. For a comparison, I would say he's probably slightly better than Signature Series Cole Hamels. I didn't rate Signature Series Cole Hamels very high. I think that he really struggles to get right-handed batters out. And I think that Matthew Boyd kind of fills that void and gets righties out a little bit better for a couple reasons. This card actually has really interesting speed differential. He has 3 different off-speed pitches that are evenly spaced out at 5 miles an hour each. So I think that's pretty cool. His slider was better than I expected. It had pretty good movement and it was slower than I was expecting, which is nice. Generally with guys with low velocity, you want slow sliders so that you can get more of that speed differential. You don't really want a kind of fast slider with a not as fast fastball. But overall, I think his off speed was really good. I wouldn't recommend throwing the two-seam fastball a lot. It doesn't really have much movement. It's kind of just a dead pitch. But as far as using this card, I think the circle changeup is really amazing. 77 is kind of a sweet spot for the velocity on the circle change, because if you go any slower than that, it tends to hang a lot, kind of like Trevor Hoffman's just seems to float up there, so if you miss your spot, it's going to get crushed. 77 is kind of just fast enough to make it not float, so I really liked his off-speed stuff a lot, and the curveball has a lot of movement. It's like a Zach Greinke curveball, a little faster, but it moves a ton, so definitely a great option for a get-me-over strike one, or to kind of bury something in the dirt with 2 strikes. Overall, I don't think this is one of the better pitchers in a competitive sense, but I was pleasantly surprised with this card. And if you're looking for something new, you just want to try something out, there are definitely worse starting pitchers in the game. This card is more than fine, and I'm actually pretty excited to say that I enjoyed using him and that he wasn't terrible. So take that for what you will. As always, we'll rate the card how he rates in the meta, and we'll rate him compared to how much he costs. How he rates in the meta, I'll give him a B-. Like I said, better than I thought, but still not up there with some of the goons, like David Price and Bumgarner, some of those better left-handed pitchers. And for the price, I'll give him a B just because 20K is pretty cheap, especially for starting pitching. It's pretty hard to get cheap starting pitching at this point in the year because everyone kind of knows who's good and there's a limited amount of options. So I hope you all enjoyed this card review. Like I said, stay tuned for some of the more bigger names in the finest rotation. I'm trying to do all of them, so stay tuned for that. Drop a comment down below if you want me to review someone specific. Enjoy the clips after this, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Here with 1 away, and here comes Junior. Oh, 1 count. Here's the pitch. Behind 0-2 now. Trying to send him packing for the 2nd time. And that is swung on and ready for another chance. Babe, he flew out in his last at-bat. First pitch is a slider down low. It's 1-0. And he popped him up. Murray in foul ground, but this will land untouched. Swing and a line drive, but foul. The 1-2. Count still at 1-2. 1 out, nobody on. He'll try again, 1-2. Neither guy giving in here, and they'll do it again.
Hey, I'm loving this right now. Classic battle. 5 foul balls in a row. I'd love to see this next one put in play.
For sing in now, Willie Mays. He started out the evening 0 for 2 so far. First offering to him stays upstairs. It's a ball and no strikes.
I know you're standing on the mound. You got 2 quick outs right here, but you have to respect the fact that this lineup can hit you and hit you in a hurry. Number 2 hole batter up at the plate. He has a chance to get on and get the big boys up.
And he comes back with a fastball. 1-2 now. Again, a 1-2. And it's fouled away. Slider whiffed on first.